preserved, for I walk in this world.
Well, good Friday morning to you. I hope that as you near the end of the work week and head into a great weekend, it's been a blessed week this week. We have been blessed with warmer temperatures. Snow's melted away. It was a beautiful snow, but now we're having beautiful sunny days and very nice weather. And again, hope that you just experience some of God's blessings this week. It is Friday, so we're doing Song and Story this morning, and so let's jump into our story this morning. As Isaac Watts quietly pastored Mark Lane Chapel in London, the growing popularity of his hymns was causing a tempest or a storm. Christian congregations have shut out divinely inspired psalms, one man complained, and taken in Watts' flights of fancy. The issue of singing hymns versus psalms split churches, including the one in Bedford, England, once pastored by John Bunyan. The controversy jumped the Atlantic. In May 1789, Reverend Adam Rankin told the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church meeting in Philadelphia, "I have ridden horseback all the way from my home in Kentucky to ask this body to refuse the great and pernicious error of adopting the use of Isaac Watts hymns in public worship in preference to Psalms of David." We don't know Isaac's reactions. Dr. Samuel Johnson later reported that by his natural temper, he was quick of resentment, but by his established and habitual practice, he was gentle, modest, and inoffensive. But in 1712, Isaac suffered a breakdown from which he never fully recovered. He asked his church to discontinue his salary, but they raised it and hired a co-pastor who assumed the bulk of the pastoral duties. Watts remained a pastor the rest of his life, preaching whenever he could. A wealthy couple in the church, Sir Thomas and Lady Abney, invited him to spend a week on their estate. Isaac accepted, and he lived with them until his death 36 years later. He enjoyed the children in the home, and in 1715 he published a book called Divine and Moral Songs for Children. It sold 80,000 copies in a year and has been selling ever since. In his preface, he said, "Children of high and low degree, of the Church of England or dissenters, baptized in infancy or not, may all join together in these songs, as I have endeavored to sink the language to the level of a child's understanding, to profit all, if possible, and offend none." One hymn in this volume, intended for children, actually became popular with adults. It was entitled Praise for Creation and Providence. It said, "I sing the mighty power of God that made the mountains rise, that spread the flowing seas abroad and built the lofty skies. I sing the wisdom that ordained the sun to rule the day. The moon shines full at God's command, and all the stars obey." Of course, we know it in our hymn book by the title, "I Sing the Mighty Power of God." Jeremiah 51, verse 15 says, "He has made the earth by his power. He has established the world by his wisdom and stretched out the heaven by his understanding." And so he had written this song for children to understand the mighty power of God, but yet it became popular even among adults to understand and to sing about the mighty power of God, to lay out the world the way he laid it out, and to make even the stars obey his every command. So let's sing the song together. I sing the mighty power of God. I sing the mighty power of God that made the mountains rise, that spread the flowing seas abroad and built the lofty skies. I sing the wisdom that ordained the sun to rule the day. The moon shines full at his command, and all the stars obey. I sing the goodness of the Lord that filled the earth with food. He formed the creatures with his word and then pronounced them good. Lord, how thy wonders are displayed where'er I turn my eye. If I survey the ground I tread, or gaze upon the sky, there not a plant or flower below, but makes thy glories known. And clouds arise, and tempests blow, by order from thy throne, while all that borrows life from thee is ever in thy care. And everywhere that man can be, thou, God, art present there. That's a great song, great words, and a great story, just about the mighty power of God, putting this world together and placing us right in the middle of it as His beloved. And that should make each and every one of us feel very special, very valued, and very loved, because you are. You are God's chosen. You are God's child, and He loves you very, very much. And I just want you to take that with you. I want you to let that bless your life today. Even in times when you feel kind of alone, just know that you were valued by God. He loves you very much, created you very special in amongst this mighty world. And then He created you and me, and He said it is very good. I love you guys. Hope you take this with you. God loves you. I love you. Have a great day.
They resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart, words of life, words of hope.